When ancient writers tried filling in the blanks, things got dark, fast. Some believed jealousy, some believed a woman, and some believed Cain's real issue was with God himself.
So grab your favorite drink because tonight we're going down that rabbit hole together. Okay, Jose, please tell me I'm not the only one who got confused by this story.
Not even close.
Seriously, tell us in the comments if this happened to you too. Because I grew up hearing the super simple version. Cain got jealous, killed Abel, the end. Case closed.
Except Genesis doesn't actually feel that clean.
Exactly. When I read Genesis 4 as an adult, I literally thought, wait, that's it? This is the first murder in human history, and we're speed running through it? Imagine watching a true crime documentary, and right when they get to the motive, the narrator just says, anyway, roll credits.
That sounds painfully accurate.
That would make me irrationally angry.
Okay, let's slow it down. Genesis says, Cain works the ground, Abel keeps flocks. Both bring offerings to God. Abel brings the firstborn of his flock. Cain brings produce from the ground. God accepts Abel's offering, but not Cain's. Cain becomes angry. God warns him, sin is crouching at your door. Then Cain kills Abel. That's basically the sequence.
But why? That's what drives me crazy. Bad offering? Bad attitude? Wrong sacrifice? Divine favoritism? I need closure.
And that exact question drove ancient readers crazy too, because humans hate incomplete stories, especially murder stories.
Everyone watching, this is basically history's first cold case.
Honestly, I love that description.
Okay, wait. Important question. Are we entering weird conspiracy theory territory?
No, important disclaimer. These are real ancient interpretations. That doesn't make every claim historical fact, but it does show how ancient readers wrestled with unanswered questions.
Darker than jealousy?
Much darker, because one interpretation suggests Cain may have killed Abel over a woman.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was my reaction too.
Jose, this is exactly how you ruin my sleep schedule and make me stay up all night.
I would say I'm improving your night, not ruining your sleep schedule.
Okay, enough. Now you have to explain. What woman? Genesis gives us Adam, Eve, Cain, Abel. That's basically it. So where is Mystery Woman coming from?
And this is where Genesis gets weird. Let me ask everyone watching something. After Cain kills Abel, Cain tells God, "Whoever finds me will kill me."
Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Who is this invisible whoever?
You're not the only one who asked this question, but hold on because things get even stranger from here. One ancient text called the Book of Jubilees tries to explain part of this mystery. It retells Genesis with extra details, and according to that tradition, Adam and Eve had many more children, sons, daughters, enough to explain a growing human population.
Okay, I guess this explanation helps a bit, but it still sounds strangely weird. But it helps.
Now here's where things get controversial. Some later traditions suggest Cain and Abel had associated sisters. Some versions describe them as twins. Some even give names.
Okay, I am officially uncomfortable now.
That's fair. Okay, before I go on, let me make an important disclaimer for everyone watching. This is not in Genesis itself. This comes from later interpretation.
Okay, Jose. So isn't that just people making stuff up centuries later?
That's actually a fair challenge. Some may absolutely be speculation, but what matters is why ancient readers felt the need to explain the gap. Because clearly, they believe Genesis left unanswered questions. One interpretation says Cain wanted the woman meant for Abel, and the offerings, not random worship, but a kind of appeal, a judgment.
So if God accepts Abel's offering, he's choosing Abel's side.
That's one way some interpreted it. And if Cain already felt entitled, that rejection becomes personal, humiliating, explosive.
Okay, wow. Now this is different and makes me see this story in a whole different way. But wait, was that really the reason?
Well, maybe not completely, because another ancient interpretation says Cain's issue wasn't a woman at all. It was God.
Okay, now this needs more explanation.
Okay, One ancient interpretive tradition describes Cain and Abel arguing before the murder. Not about romance, about justice. Whether God was fair. Whether divine justice even exists.
Wait, that feels really modern. I've been there.
Me too. And that's what gets me. Suddenly, Cain stops looking like a cartoon villain and starts looking like someone having a crisis.
Like someone who feels rejected, perhaps even misunderstood?
Exactly. Yet, we are not excusing his actions, but analyzing him as a real human.
Okay, everyone watching, be honest with us. How many of us have seen someone else get the blessing, the recognition, the opportunity, and thought, seriously? Why them?
That's what makes Cain uncomfortable. Because suddenly, this story feels painfully human.
Okay, but all this has got me thinking again. How exactly did Cain kill Abel? Because Genesis is vague again.
Yup, another missing detail. Genesis simply says Cain rose up against Abel in the field. That's basically it. No weapon, no description, nothing.
That somehow makes it creepier.
Then hold on, because here's the disturbing psychological possibility. If this was humanity's first murder, Cain may not have understood death the way we do.
Wait, that is horrifying.
Think about it. If no human had died before, how would he fully understand what killing meant?
Okay, wow, that somehow makes this worse. Standing over your brother's body, not fully understanding what you've done. Jose, what are you doing to my peaceful evening?
Improving it.
Okay.
But wait, that's not all. Now the story gets even stranger. Because if Cain had just killed the only other named human, why was he suddenly terrified someone would kill him?
Okay, no. Now that's the question that's haunted me forever. Okay, so what's the actual answer? Jealousy? A woman? Anger at God? What are we supposed to believe here?
Honestly, I think the reason this story has survived for thousands of years is because it's not just about one motive.
Okay, explain.
Well, think about it. Real human explosions are rarely about one thing. Resentment builds, rejection hurts, comparison poisons, entitlement grows, humiliation festers, and eventually, one moment becomes the spark.
Wow, that feels painfully real.
Exactly. Maybe Cain was jealous. Maybe he felt rejected. Maybe he believed God was unfair. Maybe ancient writers were trying to explain emotional gaps Genesis leaves open. But whatever the exact trigger, the emotional pattern feels deeply human.
Okay, everyone watching, be honest with us. Have you ever watched someone else get blessed, chosen, promoted, celebrated, and quietly thought, why not me? Because I have. And that's not comfortable to admit.
And maybe that's exactly why Genesis leaves the motive somewhat open. Because suddenly, this story becomes a mirror, not just ancient history.
So this is bigger than just one ancient murder story.
I think so, because the first major human story after Eden isn't about progress, or success, or civilization. It's brother against brother, and that feels brutally honest.
Wow, that's dark.
And this part matters. God warns Cain first. That changes everything. Cain isn't blindsided, he's warned.
Sin is crouching at your door. That line hits differently now.
Exactly, and Cain still chooses violence.
That's uncomfortable, because how often do we ignore warning signs too? Wow, Jose, that was deep. I was not expecting a therapy session tonight.
Neither was I, but aren't we glad we grabbed that coffee before we started?
I sure am, but now I'm stuck on something.
I know exactly what you're going to ask.
No, seriously, everyone watching. If Adam, Eve, Cain, and Abel are the only named humans here, and Abel is dead, why is Cain suddenly terrified someone will kill him? Who is out there?
That question launched some of the strangest theories in biblical history. Unknown siblings, hidden populations, ancient interpretations that raise even bigger Genesis mysteries. And honestly, some of them get really uncomfortable.
Jose, please tell me that's our next conversation.
Oh, absolutely.
Because now I need answers, and I'm sure many of our viewers do too. So Subscribe and join us for the next mystery.
And trust me, Genesis gets stranger from here.